what? We have everyone. So, happy Monday, November 13th. I hope you all had a great weekend. A reminder to everyone watching now and after the fact that Turbus has a newsletter that you can sign up for at turbus.com. You will get it into your email every Thursday, filled with events from around Colchester, like Nutcracker, and more. So we're going to get into it because we have lots to talk about. So we're going to start with Melissa Page, owner and director here at CDA. So Melissa, CDA has been doing the Nutcracker for quite a while. Why don't you tell the viewers and potential attendees what's new and exciting that is going to be happening this year?
So yeah, every year we try to, change the story a little bit so that you're not coming to see the same old thing year after year.
Sure.
So we do have a lot of.
I was going to say,
every
repeat,
single year.
right? It's a
Exactly.
big thing here in Colchester. People that come to see the Nutcracker, they come to see it every year.
Exactly. So we try to keep it interesting. This year's story focuses a little bit more on sort of the backstory of Drosselmeyer and how Drosselmeyer's journey is woven in, and it pulls together the Prince and Clara, and how that story kind of all starts. So we have an opening scene or a prologue that really kind of sets the
And that's
for everything
totally
else.
new this year, right? Like that's
So
not something.
we've done it for 2 years, but again, like every year we're tweaking things, trying to make it a little bit more relatable, and this year we have a special surprise that is going to happen with that scene.
Oh, love that. That's very exciting.
Yes. So if you've been before, be on the lookout, see if you can spot the changes in the story. If you've never been before, well,
It'll be a fun and
It.
exciting. Yeah, absolutely. Get your tickets. They are on sale right now at Cobequid. Oh wait, I have it written down. CobequidDance.com.
That's right.
And they're going really fast.
They are.
Right?
They're
Yeah.
selling really
So
well.
if you haven't got your ticket yet and
Yes.
you're wanting to see it, make sure you get those tickets.
Definitely.
All right, Melissa is going to jump out, right? So yeah, there you go. Perfect. Thank you, Melissa.
Thanks, bye.
I'm going to move in just a little bit further since we don't have the extra body. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. So if you are just tuning in, we here at Cobequid Dance, talking with some of the performers of the Nutcracker this year. The Nutcracker is going to be taking place on December 1st at 7 p.m., 2nd at 2 and 7, so 2 shows that day, and the 3rd at 2 p.m. Again, tickets are available at cobequiddance.com, and they're going quickly. So if you were looking to get the ticket, make sure you head over there now and get them because they're going quick. So if you have any comments or questions, let us know. Come out, support the performers, these awesome local performers, and we will start. We're going to start with the Claras. We have, you just kind of want to break down a line of you. We have both of the Claras here with us today, Sarah Jolinas, and Ella Webster. So we're just going to start with some questions here. And again, if you have any comments or questions, please put them in the bottom and we'll kind of read them as we go. So for both of you, and you can kind of just pass it back and forth, but whoever's answering, just tell us a little bit about yourself and your background in dance.
I've been dancing for 12 years, and I joined the Nutcracker about 5 years ago when I was 11.
Amazing. And Ellen, you can say.
I've been dancing for about 15 years because my mom is the director.
I had no choice, no.
So I think this is my 13th year doing the Nutcracker.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that just goes to show how long this, event has been happening. Like a lot of you have been literally performing in it since you were this little or had something to do with it. So, Sarah, first I'm going to ask you, what kind of preparation and training did you undergo for your specific role in the Nutcracker as Clara?
Well, a lot of training. I dance like every day, and preparation mostly with like my feet. They get really beat up in my shoes, so definitely making sure to like tape up and stuff. Yeah.
Just a little behind the scenes. Maybe go put shoes on. you face during rehearsals or performances and how you've overcome it?
Yeah, definitely a challenging moment would be just trying to remember all the choreography. I've had kind of a struggle with that this year because we both are Clara, so some shows I am, some shows I'm not. And I'm in a lot of the same dances as two different roles, so that's definitely a challenge.
Oh my goodness, I can imagine so. So we'll go to Sarah now. How has being involved in the Nutcracker shaped your aspirations as a dancer?
I think it shaped like the performances to like go out there and like it helps with competition and being able to go out on stage and with kind of like anxiety and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ella, looking ahead, are there any other dance roles or productions you aspire to be a part of?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely have always wanted to be in Giselle. We've never really done any other performances here other than the Nutcracker.
I mean,
So
because it's such a
yeah.
good role, and it's so loved.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to do that role because it's just such a good ballet. But within the Nutcracker, probably Sugar Plum too.
Okay.
It's very challenging and yeah.
It's awesome that you guys also like kind of aspire to do other roles within the same, show.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty neat. Okay, so this one's kind of for both of you. What emotions or messages do you hope the audience takes away from your performances, Clara?
I hope from our emotions that they just really understand the story and like are really entertained. I don't know, and that they go home like happy.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I think that's really fair. Okay, and last one, and it's again for both of you. What's your favorite scene or moment in the Nutcracker, and why?
For me, it's the end when Clara has her crown and her doll in one hand. And yeah, she kind of realizes that it all really happened, and she looks back at the maid and realizes she was a part of it, and I just love that moment.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love that.
I'd say my favorite moment is Pas de Trois. It's like at the end of Act 2, kind of, when Clara realizes she has to go home and she can't stay at the palace forever, and yeah, it's very pretty. I really like it.
I love that. I love that. If you are just tuning in, we are with some of the cast of the Nutcracker, and we're just asking them some questions. If you have any questions or comments, definitely let us know. And a reminder that tickets are going super fast, so if you want to grab them before they are gone, head over to cobequiddance.com. The show is going to be taking place on December 1st at 7 p.m., December 2nd at 2 and 7, so 2 performances that day, and December 3rd at 2 p.m. Okay, we are going to move on to the Prince, Chris Van Green. Hello, how are you? Excellent. So we are going to start out with the same. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background in dance?
Yeah, I've been dancing for like 16 years, so I had to be beat by one. I started a lot later, so I started when I was about 13, and Mel was my first dance teacher. Went off, did like dance for a while, post-secondary wise, performative wise as well, and then now I've just been back teaching, and then also dancing alongside some of our students, whether it's in Nutcracker or for ballet examinations.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I guess just elaborate a little bit. Like, how did you get involved in the Nutcracker? Did you start when you first started dancing?
Yeah, I think I took class here maybe for a year or two, kind of just focusing on jazz, not really into ballet. And of course, Mel had approached me about taking class for ballet, because having another gentleman or a boy in class would have been great. And I remember watching it that first year, because I wasn't a part of it, and being quite envious of the other performers that wasn't a part of it. And at that time, it was very different, because I really wanted to be like Fritz, which would have been like the sibling, or now we have like a different version of it,
right,
to Clara, where now obviously like wanting to be the prince.
Sure.
I can't really play.
Doesn't want to be a prince. Let's be real. So were there any particular challenges that you faced while preparing for this performance?
Yeah, I think for me, like as an artist, and I think a lot of us do this, I put a lot of pressure on myself. Being the prince specifically was something I wanted to do for an extremely long time. So I think retaining all the choreography, similar to what you said, just because in previous years I've kind of come in and done like one really grand 6-minute number versus having like 4 different variations out of 6 minutes. Right. So yeah, that's what this last month's really for, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So.
How do you connect with the audience while you're performing the Nutcracker?
Yeah, so that's always a tricky one because I feel like for different people, they look at it in different ways. I think for me, I've less seen it as like an audience perspective and how to perform for them versus like I'm doing something I really love and you happen to be coming to like watch me do my job. And I think that comes across the same way. It removes a lot of the anxiety for me, but then I also know that I'm like, they see how happy I am and how much I enjoy it. So
absolutely, I was going to say, if they're seeing how much you're enjoying it, that's honestly, they're going to enjoy it. You can't help but enjoy something when you're watching somebody do something they really love. How do you, no, that's, I asked you that already. In what ways has being part of the Nutcracker influenced your growth as a dancer?
Nutcracker asks for a very high level of not only dancing, but like acting and miming.
Sure. I know, and it's funny because when I first was like writing out my questions in the introduction, I was going to say dancers, and then I was like, no, you know, this is so much more. Like, you guys are doing so much more than just dancing in this production.
Well, it's just all around performance, right?
Yeah.
I think when it comes to something like a recital or a dance piece, it's only 3 minutes. Like, yes, there could be character development, but sometimes it's just, let's do a fierce number. Where in this, it's like, okay, like what is my intention throughout these 2 hours? Because if I'm unclear about it, it's not going to read to me.
Right, of course.
I think that answers the question.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Nutcracker, as we've mentioned, is a classic holiday tradition, especially here in Colchester. What does it mean to you to be a part of such a, loved production here?
It's fun coming back to it like as an adult. I've been lucky that I've done it here locally and I've done it in a couple other places in Canada for my teachings or performing. So coming kind of full circle and then finally getting that role that I wanted this whole time. It only took like 15 years.
Right.
I don't care how old.
I
could have been 40. It didn't matter. I would have done
Absolutely,
it.
I love that.
But I think having
also 40 is not that old.
It's not. It's not. But as a prince, it can be a little questionable. I'm more of a king at that point.
Sure.
But I just think that it's so nice because I'm doing it amongst a bunch of people that have watched me grow up in dance.
Yeah.
And I've watched Ella, her first Nutcracker was my last Nutcracker here.
Okay.
So there's a very full circle, beautiful moment to that. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. Okay, so last one. What's your favorite scene? Now you have to pick something else because she already took yours. Of the Nutcracker and why?
That was definitely my favorite. But
okay, second favorite.
That's second favorite. Yes, whether I've been in it or not, this year, I've always loved the battle scene.
Okay.
I think a lot of times, everybody enjoys it. I think it's a big sell for the dads. You're ballet's awesome! But in general, I think when you're younger watching it, it's very scary, right?
Yeah.
As you get older, you start to notice the comedicness in it as well, alongside how strong and powerful the dancing is. So that's always a fun scene, and it looks vastly different every year. So I feel
you guys do something a little different. I think that's great that you mentioned that, that coming out to watch this performance, there's a little something in it for everyone, for the kids, for the dads, for moms. Everybody's going to enjoy the performance. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we are coming down to Drosselmeyer, who is Addison Ash, and a fun fact, Addison is also Alicia's niece. Alicia told me to make fun of her while we're here, but I'm not going to do that. All right, so Addison, again, can you tell us a bit about yourself and your background in dance?
I've been dancing since I was 3 here. My favorite, I didn't do the Nutcracker for a really long time. Actually, last year was my second year doing it because I took a big gap in it.
Okay.
But my favorite thing was watching the Nutcracker. It was my favorite thing ever. I loved going every year. It was so magical. I just loved it. And then I was I really want to be in this, so I joined last year. So this is my second year.
Amazing. So you kind of answered my second question too. So that's okay. No, that's great. All right, next one. What has been your favorite aspect of performing this particular role?
I loved how Drosselmeyer's part is very magical. So in the party scene, he brings all the magic, and they're very like secretive and magical. I love it. So that's definitely one of my favorite parts, is being the very magical piece of it. I think it's really cool.
Awesome. And like Mel said, this year's performance has a lot more to do with your character, so that's fun. How do you collaborate with other dancers to create a seamless and captivating performance? I mean, there's going to be, honestly, like there's going to be a lot of collaboration for this, performance. When I was setting up, I was like, the chairs were a little bit, further apart, and I was like, we have to smush them in. You guys are all close, right? It's fine. They're like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I definitely definitely with Clara and like the family, we're definitely very close. So like, I'm giving all these gifts and I'm bringing magic and stuff to Clara, and I'm making her super happy. And while I'm doing that, the other party guests are seeing how awesome it is to be here and stuff. It's definitely really cool. I like it.
Awesome. Are there, how do you maintain focus and composure during live performances, especially in a production as well attended as the Nutcracker, and where it's only your second year?
I definitely go over it a lot in my head and think about it a lot. So then when I go to like these full runs and stuff, I know what I'm doing and I know what I have to be doing and how I have to be acting in it. So lots of practice.
For sure. I mean, honestly, I feel like maybe a lot of people that come out and watch the production don't know or really take the time to realize how much goes into this for all of you. Like, you guys are practicing.
This month is like,
right.
I'm busy, sorry.
Yeah, you're doing nothing else.
Yeah, in December,
I mean, and to put on, the best performance for the audience that comes out and purchase these tickets that you can do. It's really, I wouldn't have had at your guys' age the ambition or any of that to do it. So really, kudos to you guys for that. The Nutcracker, I'm going to ask you this one too. The Nutcracker is a classic holiday tradition. So what does it mean to you to be a part of such a tradition? I know you already said, like, you enjoyed always going.
It was my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I love going to the Nutcracker. I like that we get to bring the story to life, and that like through our acting and through our dancing, we get to give the audience like the understanding of the story and how awesome it really is.
Wicked. Okay. So last one for you, and then I'm going to come back to you guys because there was one I missed for you guys. So what's your favorite scene or moment of the Nutcracker and why?
I was definitely thinking about this while everybody was talking.
Lucky you were last.
Yeah. My favorite part is when Clara is saying goodbye to Sugar Plum and she has to like leave the castle and stuff. Just the dance makes me cry every time. I love it so much. It's so pretty, and it's just so like, it's so beautiful to see how beautiful it is. Just like how it all pieced together at the end. It's just so pretty. I love it.
Listen, talking to you guys, you can really, like, being here with them, you can really feel how much this performance and the Nutcracker means to them, which I'm sure comes across in your guys' performances. Axel will get you to pass along. So, same one. It's such a classic holiday tradition. So what does it mean to you to be a part of it? Obviously, you've been doing it for a very long time. So.
Yeah, it means a lot. Like, I just guess I never really noticed like how much people enjoy it because I've always been in it. But there was a few years that I decided not to do the Nutcracker. I think like 2 years I didn't do it. And it's just really interesting to watch. It's like actually really good. It's really funny to see. You don't realize how impressive it is until you actually are
No, I think that's really fair. Absolutely. Because I feel like when you're in there and you're dancing, you're wrapped up in what's going on while you're there and on stage, and to be able to sit in the audience and watch it from there, I'm sure it's a totally different for you, as being someone that performed in it. Yeah, that's amazing. So Sarah, I'm going to ask you the same question. What does it mean to you to be part of such a beloved tradition?
I like it because everyone works like so hard and we put so many hours into this, and then it's kind of like not a lot of people get to see dance. It's not like hockey when there's like games every weekend.
Sure, yeah.
It's kind of like we put a lot of work in a few months, and then everyone gets to see like all we've been working on, and it's cool to
to share it with everyone. Absolutely, I think that's really fair. Yeah, that's a great answer. Okay, so if you're just tuning in or kind of popping in at the end or watching this after the fact, We were just here with some of the performers of this year's Nutcracker. I'll just kind of go down and tell everybody who they are. So we have the two players, Sarah and Ella, the Prince Chris and Drosselmeyer Addison. And you can get your tickets at CobequidDance.com. They are on sale right now. However, they are going very quick. So if you haven't gotten them yet and you want to see the performance, make sure you head over and get those now. The performance will be taking place on December 1st at 7 p.m., December 2nd at 2 and 7, and December 3rd at 2 p.m. And again, they are available now. What?
I have something to say.
Yeah, say it,
The 2
please.
p.m. show on Saturday is sensory friendly.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. That is great.
Yeah.
So if you didn't quite hear that, Mel was just letting us know that the 2 p.m. Performance on December 2nd is sensory friendly. So that's amazing that you guys are doing that. That's great. I mean, we have asked all of the questions. I just wanted to, thank you guys for being here and taking the time. And I know you guys are super busy and you have a lot going on. So it was really great to, really hear what this performance means to you guys and your favorite scenes. So thank you so much and good luck. I can't wait to watch it. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys. Bye.